and welcome back. If you are new here, hello, my name is Sarah and I like to make YouTube videos. I would like to quickly apologize in advance if there's any distracting noises in the background. They are literally building apartments from the ground up right next door to me, so hopefully it's not too loud for you guys. Today's video, I would love to do some September or more like August, September, so recent beauty favorites. So I just kind of want to go over with you guys a couple of things that I've really been enjoying. I definitely don't do these videos that often. Like, I think I've maybe done one or two in my time here on YouTube, which is quite a while. So I did actually get a request for doing a September favorites, so here I am doing September favorites, and I hope you enjoy. So the way that I'm going to be talking about the things is just kind of in the order that I think that I would be using them. So we're going to start with sort of priming, but also setting at the same time, just to get it all in one go. So the two things that I've been loving, if you watched my last video, I did briefly mention this, is the new Colourpop crystal setting and priming sprays. These things are honestly incredible. First of all, they smell like apples and it's just delicious, but honestly they do prime and set the skin extremely well. For the priming spray, it is the Rose Quartz priming spray. This is the one more for dry skin and to give more of a dewy finish to everything, and honestly I definitely do think that it does that. When I mix this with like a kind of more dewy finish foundation and then add the highlight, it's incredible. I think I've recently done that in a video and it was just like my skin was beaming. So I absolutely love this. I'm almost, like, I would say halfway through the bottle. I love how affordable it is, and I'm definitely going to be repurchasing if they don't like decide that it's going to be limited edition, because I think I got this honestly a couple months ago now and they still have it on the website, so definitely check this out if you haven't. As for the setting spray, it is the Aquamarine setting spray, and this is the same goes for dry skin, dewy finish, smells like apples, it's amazing. And this one, I think, you know, I've used it a little bit less than the priming spray, I think, because I do have other setting sprays that I really enjoy, but I really do like this as well. I don't know if this one in particular would be an immediate like repurchase for me, but the priming spray definitely is. Moving along into a more recent favorite, it is going to be the new Covergirl Vitalist Elixir foundation. I have been seeing people calling this the Vitalist Healthy Elixir, but it's not written literally anywhere on the bottle Healthy Elixir. I don't see it. But this is amazing, honestly. I was just watching tons and tons and tons of reviews on it before I went and bought it, because I was really looking for a new drugstore foundation, because the one I have right now is the Too Faced and it's kind of expensive, so I definitely wanted something a little bit more affordable, and this one actually happened to be on sale at my drugstore. So I think usually they charge about $17 for this. I paid $12, and I got it in the lightest shade, of course, because I am always the lightest shade in every foundation range, which is 605. I don't know if there's a name, Ivory, 605 Ivory. So this is definitely 100% a natural finish. So it's not matte, it's not dewy, it's very much looks like skin. To be quite honest, before I bought this foundation, I had no idea what people were talking about when they said, oh my god, it looks like skin. But actually, it really does. The first time I used this and I was putting it on, I was like, where is the foundation? I don't see it. Like, is anything going on my face? But I think that's just because it looks so natural. It was really just kind of putting like a filter over my skin, which is amazing. It really just blurs out the imperfections as a foundation should, and it just looked really nice. This actually happens to be the perfect color match for me right now. In the winter, I might need something a little lighter, so I probably won't be able to use this because this is the lightest shade. But for right now, kind of like after the summer, this is the perfect shade for me. It does apply better with a beauty blender than a brush. For those of you who are curious, I have applied it with both, and I found when I applied it with a brush, I had to kind of refinish applying it with a beauty blender, so definitely better with a sponge. Another key note is that you do probably have to set this with a powder because it does stay tacky for a really long time. I usually do set my whole face with an assortment of powders anyway, so I don't really think I have to worry about that, and most people do set their face with powder anyways, so it's not really like a big deal. It definitely does last a long time as well. I've just really been enjoying it. I haven't had it for too long, but long enough to say that I really do like this and that I would repurchase. Still going along with skin stuff, I have another more recent purchase, which is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. I have been looking for this everywhere. I could not find it. I think I originally saw it on their Instagram when it first came out, and I was like, I need to have this. I love the Fit Me range. I need to try this, and I much prefer loose setting powders to the compact powders. So I finally found it, and I got it in the lightest shade, which is 05 Fair. This is very confusing to me because the concealer is 15 Fair, but the powder is 5 Fair. Regardless, they go along with one another. As for how much you get in this, it's incredible. You get an entire 20 grams in this little cube, and if I compare that to another powder I use, the Cover FX is 10 grams. So you literally get double the amount of powder. It's insane. I was also lucky enough to get this on sale when I got it. I think I got it for like $9. I don't remember how much it normally retails for, but I don't think it's that much more expensive. So probably like maximum $15 depending on where you go. This shade happens to be absolutely perfect for me when I put on concealer and everything. I want the concealer to be lighter than my foundation so that I can sort of highlight that area, and I only use this to set the areas where I put concealer. And it is definitely bright enough that it does a really good job doing that, so I'm very happy with this. It definitely does not look cakey at all. I find if you put like way too much, I personally don't bake my under eye, so I have no idea how that would go, but I definitely think that a little goes a long way with this as well. Moving on to more contour type products, the next thing I actually got in a BoxyCharm, I think 1 or 2 months ago probably, and it is the IBY Beauty Highlight and Contour Palette. This thing is actually really good. I have no idea where you can get IBY Beauty. I'm sure if you Google it, you can find out pretty easily, but it is just like a very basic contour and highlight palette. It is powder, which I love. I definitely do love cream contour as well, but I think I'm a bigger fan of powder. As for myself, I actually have been using the darkest shade of the contour lately. I do think maybe some people would think that's a little bit too dark, but it blends away almost into, not into nothing, but it just blends so easily that it's just like magic. So I definitely have been using the darkest one. I have also been able to use the second darkest one. I think maybe the first one would just be, in my opinion, a little bit too light for me, even though I am literally a ghost. I just really like a harsh contour, I suppose. So just in general, the powders are extremely pigmented, and they blend out almost immediately, which is so good. Moving on to highlight, I have 2 highlighters actually, and I'm very excited about talking to you guys about them. So the first thing is the Maybelline Master Strobing Stick. This is just like the weirdest little thing. It's just like a little, wow, I've used a lot. So it's just like a little cream stick, and honestly most people tell you not to do this, but I totally just apply it straight to my face because I don't find that this moves your foundation around honestly at all. You can definitely use it with a brush, you can definitely use it with your finger. I've done it all sorts of different ways, but to be quite honest, the quickest and easiest way to apply this is definitely just like straight up application. This is in the shade 100 Light Iridescent, so I'm assuming maybe they have like multiple shades of this. I think I only saw 2 in the drugstore, but I got the lightest one because I'm the lightest person, and I honestly love this. It's kind of like pinky, it's really pink tinted, and I think that works really well with my skin tone. So what I've actually been doing with this is I'll apply it in all of the areas that I want to highlight, and then I'll go on top of it with a powder, because I'm extreme. But you definitely can get away with applying just this, and then that's your highlight. It is very beautiful, very glowy, a lot more natural of a highlight than what I prefer, I guess you could say. But if I'm going for a more natural, like no makeup look, this is definitely like perfect. Here is just like a little, I don't know if you can tell, a little swatch of it on the back of my hand. So you can see it's very glowy, but it's also very subtle. So definitely, like, if you are not a beaming highlight kind of gal, this is going to be for you. Moving on to the second highlight, I have had this for a long time. I actually think that I posted a video about this product. It's been out for a while now, but I continue to use it because I still love it so much. And I have kind of a ridiculous amount of highlighters in my makeup collection, in my opinion, and this is definitely one of the standout highlighters for me. It is the Smashbox and Casey Holmes collaboration highlighter palette in Pearl. She does have another one, I don't remember what the shade name is, but it's for deeper, like tan to deep skin tones. This one is for us pale gals, and it is just beautiful. It has 3 different shade options. It has the typical light highlighter, a little bit of a more pinky highlighter, and then this last one is kind of like a highlight topper, which is just like the best idea because I can go in with a cream and then a powder and then a topper, and I can have triple highlight in one day, which is so great. Moving on to eyeshadow, I only have one eyeshadow product to talk to you guys about today because I don't really find that I buy palettes that often, which is a little upsetting sometimes because there's so many new and beautiful eyeshadow palettes that are being released this year. It's just like, it's impossible to keep up with all of the new releases, and honestly, just like, do we need it all? Do we really? But as for the one that I have purchased and been loving this year is, not this year, but you know what I mean, is the BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil eyeshadow palette. This has 35 eyeshadows in it. What are you even talking about? It's just massive, you guys. It has every color you could literally ever ask for in your wildest rainbow dreams. It comes with pinks and reds, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and it also has 3 shades along the bottom, which I think is just a white, a black, and an iridescent finish. I have not used any of those 3 on the bottom yet just because I really just haven't wanted to reach for them, but I've pretty much touched on like a good 75% of all these colors. It's really hard to get all 35, but I've definitely been doing my very best. I've recently wanted to sort of kind of dive into more colorful eyeshadow looks, so I picked this up. When I bought this, it was actually on pre-order, I think because it sold out so fast, but that just means it's definitely a good product. I think it's gone on kind of like out of stock pre-order just a couple of times on BH Cosmetics. It's extremely affordable. I don't think this was any more than like $20 or $21, to be honest with you, and that's Canadian dollars. For you Americans, it's probably like 18 bucks, which is so good. As for pigmentation, the pigmentation is stupid good. Like, I was a little bit like, are you sure this is going to be good when I ordered it, just because yes, it's affordable. Yes, it's just like bright colors, which I do find is a lot harder to formulate when it comes to eyeshadow, at least just from what I've experienced with what I own and what I've used. But the pigmentation is honestly really good. It comes off almost immediately the color that you get in the pan. A couple of the shades you definitely do have to apply maybe like 2 times just to bring up the color, but you could definitely use it like as a more washed out colorful look if you wanted to, and it's just really been amazing for adding either a pop of color to an eyeshadow look or just going straight up colorful eyeshadow look. So I really have been loving this. I've honestly always loved BH Cosmetics products. Their products are amazing. Another really good palette that they have is the Carly Bible eyeshadow and highlight palette. That one is incredible. I do use that one quite a lot as well. The pigmentation in that one is also incredibly good. I would definitely just consistently recommend to you guys, honestly, any BH Cosmetics product because I'm just completely obsessed. I am quickly going to kind of talk to you guys about some of the brushes that I've been really enjoying. I had really honestly no idea where to fit brushes into the order of this video, so we're gonna do it now because I have a couple of pretty big favorites. So I'm gonna start off with kind of like more face application brushes. So the first one is going to be an eyebrow brush, and this one is from NYX. It says 18 on it. I don't know if it's the 18 brush, but it's pretty much like their eyebrow brush with the spoolie and the angled brush on the opposite end. When I originally got this, I was like, maybe the brush is a little bit too big to get very precise eyebrow shaping, but I am definitely kind of more of like a thick brow kind of girl, so I really ended up loving this. The actual like narrowness of the brows, like when you hold it to the side is really, really like thin, so it makes it easy to make a very precise line, which is important for me because I definitely do use the dip brow from Anastasia, so that's really important for me to get a very nice precise line when I'm using a product like that. The spoolie on it, I'll be honest, is a little bit rough. It's a little bit aggressive for your face, but it does the job. I definitely only use it like a couple times when I'm doing my eyebrows anyways, so it's not like I'm aggressively scratching my face with this like death spoolie, but it's definitely a really good brush and I do recommend it. Also a lot more affordable than the Anastasia brush, just saying. As for brushes for the face, one of the brushes that I've really been enjoying, I think I actually got this in a BoxyCharm as well, is the Luxie 660 Precision Foundation Brush. I do not use this for foundation. I use this to set my under eye because it has like the perfect like little slant and dip to get right underneath the under eye. So it's very like, it's just made in such a way that it's perfect for the under eye, and I've really been enjoying this to apply the Fit Me loose powder that I have previously mentioned. As for the brush that I've been using to contour my face with, I never really had like a legit just contour brush until recently. I bought this big brush set from BH Cosmetics. It was like the crystal quartz brush set, and it came with like 15 brushes or something like that. I have not used all of them yet, but I have used quite a few and they're all very, very good. So the one that I've really been enjoying for contour is the number 4 brush. This is just like a stubby little rectangle brush, but the shape of it really makes it easy to just kind of carve out your contour, and then you can just kind of blend it up or blend it out, whichever you like. And it does blend powders very easily. It goes really, really well with the contour palette that I have previously mentioned. This is what I've been using with it, and I've been really, really enjoying this brush. As for a couple of eye brushes that I've really been enjoying, going back to BH Cosmetics, they definitely seem to be kind of the go-to brand for me when it comes to makeup brushes. They're just really good quality for a really affordable price, like even more affordable than Morphe, and like Morphe is like everyone else's go-to. So the first one I will talk about is the BH Cosmetics 101. Don't really know if these brushes actually have names to them, but this came in, I think, an eye essentials brush kit, which came with 7 brushes specifically for the eyes. It's just like a really big fluffy brush. It's really good to kind of, if you want to have a more diffused crease color, if you want to blend stuff out, it really works for both. I definitely have been using this for quite a while. It was one of the first eye brushes that I purchased from BH Cosmetics, which was more recently that I started getting into it because this is definitely more a recent beauty favorites video. But regardless, I absolutely love this brush. It's just like the perfect little fluffy brush. Moving along to a kind of similar brush but also kind of different is the BH Cosmetics number 6. This is a more flat topped like fluffy blending brush. It's a lot smaller in like brush size than the first one, but I really, really love this for a little bit more precise crease work. It doesn't look like it would be very precise, but it packs on the pigment really, really well, and you can get super precise with your crease, your outer V, whichever part of the eye that you're doing. But I definitely use this the most when it comes to kind of getting it in the crease and carving out like the V shape on the outside of the eyes. And this was also part of the crystal brush collection. The last brush that I want to tell you guys about is something that I've been actually just straight up needing for a really long time. Every single time I watch kind of like makeup tutorials here on YouTube, they're always using like some really specific brush for the lower lash line that I never owned. So when I ordered the crystal brush collection from BH Cosmetics, it came with one of those brushes and I'm so pumped. So this is the number 11, and it is just like, honestly you guys, it's like a small version of the contour brush, which is so cute, but it's really just like a very flat, straight edge, tiny little defining brush. This makes it very, very easy to just pack on the eyeshadow on the lower lash line without kind of like getting it everywhere. So I've definitely really been enjoying this, and because the bristles are packed so tightly together, you definitely get like maximum pigment when it comes to application. Sticking with the eyes, I'll definitely talk to you guys about a mascara that I've really been enjoying. This was kind of like a weird one for me. So this is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. This was just like everywhere for so long because people were saying that it looks like the Better Than Sex mascara, and I've never tried that mascara, but if it is a dupe, then I really don't feel like I need to now. It definitely starts off as a very wet mascara, which is not really my favorite when it comes to mascaras. I prefer something a little bit more dry, but I think just with time and using it all the time, it has dried out like a tiny bit, enough for it to be more comfortable for me to use, and you definitely have to wait less time for it to dry, if that makes sense. The only gripe that I have about this is that I don't know if like the little part on the inside of the tube when you take the wand out is not small enough, but sometimes I feel like it doesn't take off enough excess mascara, so that like you kind of have to like wipe it off a little bit on the inside of the tube to kind of like not get major clumpage. As for the actual like performance of the mascara, what it looks like, I'm wearing it right now, so this is your reference for what it's going to look like on the face. I haven't been really wearing false lashes that much, so I've really just been like depending hardcore on my mascara to perform extremely well. This definitely does lengthen, it definitely does make them more voluminous, and it's super black and it doesn't really transfer or anything like that. I don't find I get little crumblies on my lower lash line once it's set, so I definitely have actually been enjoying this. So there's only just a couple more products that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and that is for the lips. So something that I have just generally always loved was Maybelline lipsticks. I have a few just to show you guys. Definitely the ones that I've had for the longest are the Maybelline matte lipsticks with like the matte purple cap, and these are really, really nice. And I have Touch of Spice and Daringly Nude. These are my two favorite matte shades, but more recently I wanted to try out different finishes from the same Maybelline lip colors, so I got these two, and they are the Color Sensational. Yeah, I think they're actually both under the Color Sensational range. Maybe they have the same finish and it's just like this is a nude and this is like a deeper shade. I don't know really how the cap works, but they're both the Color Sensational lip colors. This one is in Warm Me Up and this one is in Maple Kiss. They're so cute. Oh my goodness, I'm actually kind of wearing Maple Kiss right now. I've got it like in a combination with another lip color and I really, really enjoy it. It's kind of like, well, I mean, the name really says it all. It's just like this really, that's a terrible swatch. It's just like a really nice, like kind of deep burnt orange shade, and I really, really like it. You can definitely apply it in a more sheer manner, which is what I did today, or you can definitely make it super dark. As for Warm Me Up, this is a straight up like rosy pink shade, and I really, really have been enjoying this for more like natural mouth days, if that makes any sense. You know, when you don't really like want to wear a lipstick, but you want to wear a lipstick because you're wearing a lot of makeup. So this is like my go-to for that kind of situation, where it's just like my lips but better and more pink. It's really cute, and they're very, very moisturizing. The Color Sensational lipsticks, they apply really well. They definitely last a decent amount of time for the fact that they're not like liquid to matte lipsticks, but I've really been enjoying these and they're super affordable. So as for lip liners, I probably could have mentioned this before lipsticks, but I decided to go in the opposite order. These are from Rimmel. They are the Rimmel Exaggerate lip liners. So my first favorite thing about this is you don't have to sharpen them. They just roll up on their own, which is great. And the actual like part that is the lip liner is super thick. Actually, at first I didn't think I was gonna like that, but it makes it so that you apply your lip liner a lot faster. So I'm totally into that. I got two pretty basic shades in 018 Addiction, which is more of a deeper nude shade. It's just like basic. And then you've got 032 Innocent, which is like pretty much my skin color, but I like to use this underneath. Like, if I want the lipstick to have a more true color that I put on top, or if I'm just going with like a gloss on top or something and I just want it to be very natural looking. I'm actually wearing this one, the Innocent one, today and mixed with Maple Kiss, and I really do like the combination of that. These definitely are like good solid lip liners. They apply well. They're very like full color straight away, which is like, I've never had an issue with a lip liner not being full color, but you know what I mean. And they definitely do kind of help with like the feathering. If you have a lipstick that kind of tends to trickle out, this will help with that. Last but not least, I wanted to talk to you guys about something that is not a makeup thing, but a makeup remover thing. So this is the L'Oreal Sublime Radiance Sensational Cleansing Oil. I have never tried like a straight up oil makeup remover before, and I was looking for something new to try. I just wanted removing my makeup at night to just be so much easier. I really didn't want to have to go in with all of this stuff just to get my makeup off, because sometimes I sure wear a lot of it. So I wanted to try something that seemed a lot more like user friendly. So I've actually used a pretty decent amount of it already. I've used like, given the fact that you only need a few pumps, like 2 to 3 pumps maximum to do your whole face, I feel like I've used a lot. So I'm definitely really enjoying this. I've been using this every single time that I take my makeup off, even if I don't have that much makeup on. It also kind of does work a little bit as like a cleanser, I guess, but like it's an oil, so I feel like I would probably double cleanse after anyways. It says no greasy finish. That is 100% true. Obviously with an oil, the number one fear is that you're going to be a grease ball. With this, you definitely are not. So basically you just pump a couple of pumps into your hand, get all over your face until you look like a complete disaster. Your makeup is totally broken up, and then you kind of like just rinse very gently with some water, and it starts to foam up and get like white and bubbly, which is nice. It definitely makes me feel like I'm actually cleaning my face. And then you just rinse it off with some water and a washcloth, and you're good to go. Your makeup's off and your face is clean and you feel great. So I guess that's it for my recent beauty favorites, everything that I've been loving and using in the past month, maybe 2 months, because I definitely don't buy as much stuff as some people do, but that's okay. I definitely don't think that I need any more than I have right now. I definitely have a lot. So that is it, you guys. I really hope that maybe this video helped you find some new things that you could also start loving. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I'd love to see you guys in the comment section down below, whether you guys are just saying hello or if you have some video requests for me. I would love to see what you guys are interested in watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!